Ooh, I forgot that was Jim Beam. Jesus. Normally I drink like little like rums and Coke or whatever, Captain Morgan. But we had Brittany made like the butter, not the butter, yeah, the pecan pie that she brought,
Yeah.
and she just uses like we always get like the little mini airplane bottles, and she just uses that. Um,
Oh,
but
in the pie?
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use some sort of like whiskey or something like bourbon.
Oh, okay. So you use that with the little Jim
Yeah,
Beam Coke?
yeah. She had a couple left over, and she doesn't drink it, so I'm
Hell
trying to
yeah.
turn into a bourbon guy. It looks so freaking cool, man. Come on.
It looks cool. I don't know.
I saw one
It's pro-
TikTok earlier right before I started eating dinner, and it was like, he's like bourbon people look so cool, and it's just like some guy with like a cigar in his hand and a glass of bourbon. He's like sipping it. He's just like, he's like, I love that the burn is so smooth.
it's just silky smooth in my throat.
uh, all right, well, are you ready to start this thing up?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 193, getting ever so closer to that magical. I wouldn't say magical 200, but it's a big 200 for us. So we're getting super close to that. My name is
Yeah.
Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how are you doing, buddy? On this glorious
Glorious
Thanksgiving
Monday.
break, turn into just another mundane Monday.
This Monday it's being very Monday right now. No, it's been good. It was a good break. I
Yeah.
wish it was longer.
God, yeah.
I feel like when I was traveling, like we both of us went to the mountains, and
Yeah.
I came back Friday, and then we had Alicia's parents on Friday for Thanksgiving part 2, and then they stayed until Saturday, and then her brother stayed Saturday night. So we've pretty much been around people for the entire weekend. So we
Gotcha.
haven't had
Yeah.
like a lot of like like a lot of decompression
A
time.
lot of me time, y'all time, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of what yesterday was gonna be for, but then we put up all of our decorations. That took like all day.
Yeah, it does
Shit
take
takes
for
forever.
like there's okay, so like I have so many freaking lights. It's like ridiculous. So last year I bought like a new strand of lights, and it turned out to be it was the same C9 light, but the coloration of the bulb itself was different. So it
Mhm.
was like instead of like a clear bulb, it was more like a ceramic bulb, and it looks great. Like it's the brightness is even brighter than the
Oh
other
my
one.
god.
Um, but I had like two different like strands of light on the house, so it looked off. And Brittany was like, "Yeah, we can't do that in this year." So I was like, "All right, cool. That's fine." Um, so I got this was last week, but I got up on the house. I got almost the whole way. I started at where our deck is by the back door, and I wrapped all the way around to about halfway in the front. So I really just
Mhm.
need like another, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet of lights in that same ceramic color. Um and I've got like a big, one of them came in like a big, like it's like 100 bulbs or something like that. So it's a pretty big pack. And it's like $20.
Mhm.
Go to Walmart, they don't have it. They have the regular
Of course.
non-ceramic bulbs. So I was like, gosh, man, like, is this gonna be a whole thing? And then we were looking, like, when we came home Friday night, we were having some drinks, and we were on Walmart.com and other places looking, and nobody had it. And Brittany was like, oh, she's like, well, let's look at the Boone Walmart, because that's where our aunt lives. They have it. They had one, and so I called her. I said, hey, if I order these lights and they ship to your house, can you just bring them next week, since they're coming to our parents' party? She's like, yeah, that's
Mhm.
fine. Order them. Next day comes around, and they're like, hey, we got to substitute these bulbs. And then Brittany was at work, and it was tied to her Walmart account, whatever. So I couldn't say no. Like, I couldn't deny it,
Yeah.
because she works at a job where she can't have access to her phone all the time. So she looked when we got home, and they're like completely, like, not even close to being the right bulbs. So I guess she's gonna bring them, and we're just gonna return them at our Walmart. And then I told her, I was like, well, I was like,
Oh, that's annoying.
we're gonna have to just roll with what we got because I use like these little individual clips that goes onto the gutter, and then you plug. It takes
Mhm.
forever to put them on, and like it messes up your hands and stuff. And I was like, I'm not taking them off. We're just gonna roll with having like slightly miscolored or slightly off, colored lights or whatever. So
Hey, that's fine.
yeah, I might look around some other Walmarts around here just to double check because I'll only check
Yeah.
technically one, but they didn't have them online either, so I'm not super optimistic about it. But it's all right, man.
Hey, it's all
Yeah,
in the name of Christmas, you
yeah,
know.
it's
It,
all good.
it, it is what it is. If it's off a little bit,
If
not the
it's
end of the world. Maybe
yeah,
our dad will say something about it, but
nah.
that's it.
So, but yeah, I don't even know why I went on that tangent just now, but yeah, here we are. Lights, lights are fun. Well,
Yeah, let's
you're
great.
talking about decorating, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Lights, lights, man.
lights.
It takes forever. Home decorations during Christmas time, during the holidays.
Yeah,
It takes forever.
yeah, and it wouldn't
It
take
is
me
what
that
it is.
long if like I didn't have to get up on the roof and stuff. But my my roof is so easy to access that like I
I mean,
feel inclined.
you can pretty much jump on there.
Yeah, yeah, I feel very inclined to get up on there, and which comes in handy because like we have like pine trees all around our house and our neighbor's yard, so we're constantly our gutters are constantly getting filled up.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good that I can get up there, but I don't know. You're always just that slight little nerve. You're like, what if I just like accidentally just trip and I'm rolling off the side?
What if I just became a statistic right now?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's fun. I love it. I love decorating and stuff for. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is like the
It's a
only
lot
one
of
that I
fun.
really go all out for. Like we might put up some Halloween stuff, but Halloween decorations are so damn expensive that it's hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, so
You
is
kind of just have
Christmas
to do
and
one thing.
yeah, yeah. It's just it's one thing. Like I'm wanting to get like a skeleton army for the longest time, but I mean they're like
Things are
50,
expensive, man.
$70, and if you go to like Home Depot and get like the 8 foot skeleton, that's like $400. Might as well buy a PS5 at this point. Yeah, it's
Might as well
expensive.
buy a PlayStation Portal.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's fun. I love this time of the year.
Me too. Me too. And you got those deals. You got those sweet deals. Harrison, we talked about it last week, but uh, actually we didn't talk about it last week. But
Well,
you and I
you
picked
talked
up
about
Jedi
you
Survivor.
talked about a couple of games that you had purchased.
Yeah, yeah. But we together as a unit picked
Yeah.
up Jedi Survivor.
Yes, we did. Yeah. It's well, do you want to jump into what we've been playing, or you
Yeah,
want to
let's
talk
do
about?
it. Yeah,
Okay,
let's jump on in.
cool. Yeah. I jumped into Jedi. So I'll start with Super Mario RPG first. Got it, brought it to the mountains, and I probably played a few hours. I definitely played a lot on Thursday night. I was up to like 1 or 2 playing that.
Nice.
Um, really fun. It's like you said, it's super snappy. It doesn't waste your time at all. Gets you in and out of the fights. Um, it's it's funny. I mean, it's kind. I mean, it's kind of like the obviously this is like the predecessor to like the Mario and Luigi RPG games
Mhm.
and stuff like that and Paper Mario. So it's got like that charismatic, I don't know, flow to it where it's charming and it's funny and
Yeah,
all that good stuff. So yeah, I could definitely see the what's the phrase, the I don't know.
nostalgia.
Well, no, not nostalgia. I could see like the underlying parts of this and into the in like Paper Mario and the other games.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, it's really good so far. I'm liking it a lot.
How many stars in are you?
Just 1 star.
One star. Okay.
Pretty early. I've had the cloud guy for a little bit. Um,
Oh, Mallow.
yeah, Mallow. I don't think I've gotten. I may have picked up the third per. Oh, the puppet guy. I just got him.
Gino. Okay.
Gino. Okay, yeah. I
All right.
haven't
So you got
actually.
a squad. You
Yeah,
got a
I
squad,
actually
man.
haven't fought with him yet, so I don't know what his powers or capabilities are. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting that little. I think I was talking about last week about playing like Final Fantasy X or something, but I'm kind of getting that little JRPG kind of um out of my system a little bit with this game. It's nice.
Yeah. No, it's. So I finished it today. I was like, okay,
How
so
long did it take you to beat it?
12 hours.
Wow. Okay, so it's pretty short then.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like I felt like I was flying through it. Like I was 5 stars in about 6 hours. I was like, damn, like, am I gonna finish this game in like 7 or 8 hours? And then the last 2 stars take a lot longer, which is
Okay.
good. Like
Yeah.
I think the game like really picks up after the fourth and fifth,
Okay.
like around the fourth and fifth stars, and it starts getting really good.
Okay.
So I was hoping the game was gonna get drawn out even farther, and now I'm just doing the post game stuff, which is like it's not just a boss rush like Nintendo previously said. Like you're going to different areas and fighting the bosses that way, where
Now
it's not
is
like
it is this
sequential boss
new
rush.
content?
This is new content. Yeah,
Okay, that's
all the
cool.
post game stuff is new, and there's like a final boss after you do like all the boss rush stuff. So like
Okay.
I'm on the first boss of the boss rush, and it's kind of kicking my booty a little bit. So
Nice.
like it's a it's a it's a cool change from the main game because like I really didn't struggle too much
Yeah,
in the
it's
main
pretty
story.
easy so
Yeah,
far. But
it's
I
really
mean, I'm okay with that, you know.
yeah. But like playing Sea of Stars this year, I can definitely see where Sea of Stars got its inspiration because
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff in Super Mario RPG is just like riffed on in
Yeah.
Sea of Stars. Like even the difficulty feels kind of the same
That's cool.
for Sea of Stars and like all the character switching and that kind of stuff. Like I don't know, it's cool. It's cool loving Sea of Stars how like so much and then going back and playing kind of the root of the inspiration.
Yeah.
Like I really loved
I
Super Mario
I feel
RPG.
like, man, I really feel like Nintendo and Capcom are just carrying the whole remake
Oh yeah,
like out of like they're just kind of knocking like everything they do is not everything. I mean, there's some stuff that
like
oh, I mean, we're
Advance
getting Paper
Wars maybe
Mario,
not as
you know,
good.
next year, but yeah, I mean, all their quote unquote remakes or remasters or like ports, at least even from like the Wii U, they always add extra content into it. Some stuff is not so good, but you get stuff like 3D World where you got the whole Bowser's Fury thing. So I feel like they're
Yeah,
even though they're $60 games, um, the full price titles, they always make it worth it. Um, for people that maybe have already purchased them before, but obviously this is a full blown remake. I mean, this is changing up the art style and all that stuff. So that's cool,
yeah,
man. Yeah, I like it so far. It's pretty good
yeah. It's a weird game. It makes me really excited for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
because you've never
So,
played that one, right?
yeah, I've never played that one.
Okay, yeah, that
I mean, that's obviously the best one, right? Like
that
that's
that's one of
the
my I haven't played it in a very long time, but from what I remember, it was like a master. It's on like a master class of its own. It's
mhm.
That's why I was so upset with Super Paper Mario on the Wii because like it was just such a far cry from the series and the fact that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door was the predecessor to that one. It's like what are you doing, Nintendo? And even um Origami King
I
was
mean, that one's
good. I
completely
enjoyed it.
different.
I enjoyed like the story and stuff, but like that combat just was not. I was not feeling it at all.
Yeah, and it like with it not being an RPG, really, it didn't really
Yeah,
incentivize you to go into combat any.
yeah. It's like by the end of that game, I was done.
Yeah,
I was so done with that game. But yeah, RPG remake is pretty darn good. Um, other than that, I've been playing some more Halo, man. I am just, dude, I am having such a blast.
nice.
I was feeling godly like on Saturday. I jumped into a game on I can't remember them. It's one of the Halo 3 maps, but dude,
Hmm.
I got 30 kills. I was like 30 kills and 9 deaths. Like I completely carried my team. Like they were all like negative. Um, I mean maybe some were positive. I couldn't quite remember, but it was like me, maybe this other guy, and then the other two were just kind of just there for the ride. And it was like towards the end where it was like the other team was beating us for a while, and then I got the rockets and just was dominating,
Just went off.
and just I don't know, man. I just doing perfect with the BR. Like I felt like I was on another level. Um,
Get this man get this man the pro leagues.
yeah, exactly. And then and then it was like 45-45, and then I think I got like 2 or 3 kills in a row, and then died, and I was like, no, I'm
Mhm.
dead. Like we're gonna lose now. And
All hope is
then I came
lost.
back and I clutched the last like shot on this guy. Like he was trying to go around the corner, and I just was able to get around and shoot him, and it was like
Nice.
49 to 48 or 50 to like 48 or something. Such
Man,
man,
back.
that game makes
He's
you feel so
back.
good.
Are you still playing the Halo 3 playlist?
I've been kind of swapping out. You know me, I like to mainly play Slayer a lot. And especially when you don't get an option to play in like that playlist. Um, so I've been kind of swapping out. I do like playing like Oddball and stuff occasionally.
Mhm.
Capture the Flag.
Yeah, I don't love
It's
Capture
not
the
super
Flag
fun because I mean it's just I don't talk to people online because you know it's so
because
toxic.
people are mean.
Yeah, people are mean and they're gonna do stuff to my mom. Uh, but
Mommy.
yeah, so it's hard to coordinate like a strategy in CTF when Oddball is just like
Mhm.
whatever you just
You get the ball and don't
yeah
die.
get the ball and if it, usually my strategy is just get the ball, go to a ledge, and then if I'm starting to get shot, I just jump off or
Mhm.
something like that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um, yeah, been loving that. Finished up that initial battle pass. I'm working on the other free one. I guess you get. I think I have like another 20 days to finish that. So,
Nice.
um, but yeah, Jedi. How far are you
Jedi, dude.
into Jedi?
I finished like the main for like the opening mission, and then I just got to the next location,
Okay.
and I played for about 10 minutes and then
So
turned it off.
have you gotten to like the town yet?
No,
Okay.
no.
So yeah, that spot is it's definitely like it feels the kind of vibes you get when like God of War and The Last of Us Part 2, like you get into that open zone area.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty substantial area that you go to. And there's a lot of stuff you can do, and stuff you can't do because I'm assuming you're gonna unlock some stuff down the road. Um, but yeah, I mean it feels kind of how Fallen Order felt. I mean, there's not anything super new yet, other than I mean you got like the grapple hook, which is
Mhm.
always fun,
Yeah.
but you can only grapple on to certain points. But the big change is the stances are pretty significantly different
Yeah.
than like your
Yeah.
base
Forgot that wasn't in the first game.
yeah than like your base saber. So I know there's other ones that you unlock down the road, but I haven't gotten those yet. But so far I've got like
Mhm.
the traditional saber, and then you've got like the dual wield, which is like pretty much like just aggro, like all attack and barely any defense, and then you've got the
Like the
dual saber where it's like more defensive, and I like the fact that they all have got different like stats and stuff. Like the single saber is pretty mid, I guess. Like pretty, it's kind of just
like
middle
middle of the
middle
road.
yeah middle of the road.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean so far it's pretty. Haven't really ran into any trouble spots yet. Now, what's the biggest one, the biggest like enemies you fight that trouble wise is the ones that are kind of off the beaten path when you
Mhm.
go and fight like a Rancor or something like that. Those will kill you in 2 hits. So I've ran into something like that, and I was like, all right, well, I'm probably just under leveled at this point, so I'll come back later.
What
That's cool.
difficulty are you playing on?
Just normal difficulty.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's cool. I think fast traveling is new between the meditation too, so that's
Think
really cool.
so.
I don't think that was a I don't think that was in the original in the first one, because I think that was like the biggest issue a lot of people had was having to backtrack through levels to get to new spots, and this one you can just
Yeah.
fast travel at really any point unless there's like a story hindrance or something like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
loving it. It's gorgeous.
it's really gorgeous. It's super gorgeous. I'm interested to see like how it opens up, how it changes things from the first game,
Yeah,
aside from like what we've already seen. But like, I thought the first game was pretty great. Like, you
yeah,
had your like handful of huge areas that you went to, like of worlds that you went to, and you kind of like progress through those Metroidvania style. So I don't know. Like, I'm not expecting like anything too crazy, but I really loved the first game. Like, if I had played that when it came out, it probably would have been one of my top games of the year.
yeah.
Whenever I don't even
I'm
remember
definitely
when it
glad I
came out.
waited though, because there are a couple of spots where it's like hicked up a little bit, because I'm playing on quality mode, because like
Oh,
I was switching between quality and performance, and it just like normally I can't really tell the difference other than just the smoothness of 60 versus 30, but the game just looks so much better in quality that I've just been playing to that. And in 30, it runs just fine.
Mhm.
other than a couple spots where it's hicked up a little bit, even like in the cutscenes. But other than that, I mean, it runs pretty good.
Nice.
So yeah, glad we waited for that because I know it was kind of a busted
Kinda.
launch.
Yeah, it's kind of been the story for a lot of games this year.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I'm very interested on where they take the story.
Mhm.
Just so, as someone who is into Star Wars and I've kept up with all the TV shows, so I'm curious to see where they take it since it launched earlier this year. So it's kind of
Yeah.
caught up in the middle of all the Star Wars stuff.
When does this take place in the?
This takes place after the prequels and before the original. So like Darth
Okay.
Vader's still very much like the Empire is still at large. But it also like it references like the High Republic, which is like hundreds of years ago prior to the prequel. I know it's a lot prior to the prequels, but it's we don't really see a lot of that stuff. It's I think it's we've seen a lot in like maybe the books, but those aren't canon anymore, or maybe never
Mhm.
were. I don't know. When Disney bought Star or Lucas Arts or Lucas whatever, they decanonized all the books and stuff. So I don't think we've seen a lot of
Did
the
you do that?
High Republic stuff. Um, so yeah, it's cool.
Man, Disney hates books.
They do. Well, I think well there was just so many books that at some point you gotta I mean I guess you gotta like figure out somewhere to start. But to be fair, all the Disney movies that they made suck ass. So I mean, like the prequel or the sequels like suck.
Yeah, that
They're
first one was good.
the first one was good. I mean, it was like pretty much a retelling of the original Star Wars, um,
Yeah.
more or less. But I mean, the second one was not terrible. Like I did enjoy that one. The whole I don't know the whole Mary Poppins of Leia like getting shot out into space by being blown up, and then she forces her like, Jedi forces her way back on. Like that was weird.
Yeah, that's when I
And then the
decided.
third one was just the suckiest thing I've ever seen. Like the scene where I don't know if you remember, but like there's
I
this
haven't seen the third one.
okay, so there's a scene where there's this crashed Imperial ship that's been there for thousands of years, evidently, or hundreds of years or something. But then they find this like some sort of knife that falls into this prophecy, and they get the knife, and then they go to the crashed ship, and Ray opens up the knife, like extends it, and the shape of the knife is the exact shape of like the crash ship. It's so stupid. It makes no sense. And then there's like a little arrow on the knife that's like, this is where you got to go. It's horrible. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but that's besides the point. I'm
Sounds
excited for
fun.
where they take this story because I enjoyed the first one, and I think all the prequel stuff like the Order 66, like that's some of my favorite points in Star Wars. You know when they, I guess they're committing genocide, but you know
But it's
but
so fun.
it's so yeah it's fine, but yeah it's super interesting. So yeah
Nice. Man, Jedi Survivor.
yeah it's cool, and it gives me that hint of Dark Souls where you know
Hmm.
you find a meditation point and then you find your way circle back, you open up a door that's like right there, and you're like, man, like yeah
Like, where was I? Like, I didn't even know it was right here.
yeah exactly. So
Speaking of Dark Souls, are you gonna pick up Dark Souls 1 since it's on sale?
I feel like I should, but also like I feel like I would probably have a better experience if I bought it on the Xbox
Yeah,
because it would run at a higher frame
arguably,
rate,
yeah.
right?
It would be 60
Okay.
versus 30.
Yeah, I might do that, but also I feel like
So
I'm gonna
much more
buy
stuff.
it and then just have it sit for a while.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
but it's on
I do
sale.
eventually need to finish Dark Souls 1. I just haven't never
It's a
done it.
great game.
I know. Um, any more thoughts on Jedi? I know you're not. It's probably not. You're not as far as I am.
No, no, still pretty early. Um, Yeah, I also I started up Borderlands or Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Oh yeah, I did see that on Saturday when you were playing.
I actually started it on remote play
Oh,
and
okay.
played like an hour on there,
How did
and
that
then
run?
pretty well actually, like relatively seamless with with a few hiccups, but the game is cool. It's like it's a lot different than the original Borderlands trilogy because like
Yeah.
I mean it's kind of in the vein of D&D, but like you go through like the starting area and you're like kind of like it's almost like you're playing a D&D game, like everything's being tutorialized and all that stuff and
Yeah.
things are happening like in real time, like, oh, and then this happened, and then a bridge was created and that kind of stuff. And then you get to the tutorial and you're like on an overworlds tabletop style and you're moving like this little character around
That's cool.
and you're like doing like random encounters. So you like run into someone and do a random encounter and then it brings you like into the Borderlands typical
Okay.
style like type of gameplay. So I've done a couple of those but haven't progressed the story anymore beyond that. But I'm assuming it'll get more into like the normal like area based Borderlands style gameplay rather than the this kind of like random encounter stuff so far.
Yeah.
But it's good change. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool change from the original trilogy.
Yeah, that's good to hear because like I mean, I didn't play three at all, and I don't think I finished two. And I just yeah, I just feel like I was getting pretty that gameplay loop for me was getting pretty stale. So
Mhm.
I'm glad to see that they changed that up a lot.
Yeah, and the melee combat is a lot better. It's a
Yeah,
lot more impactful. It actually
dude, the melee
does
combat was like
damage.
almost useless in
Yeah,
the original. It's like
you did nothing.
just like I think it just like what like pushes them away or something like that. That's really
I
it.
think
Maybe
so.
stuns them for a second.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's cool so far.
Cool. Anything else you played?
That's it.
Okay.
That is it.
Well, we'll jump into the news. There's been pretty much nothing as expected. With with everybody being off and stuff for Thanksgiving. Um, but we did get a little lick of news. Jeff Keighley, um, came out and told that he is retiring the world premiere branding for the Game Awards. Now that doesn't mean there's not gonna be trailers and stuff.
What? No world premieres?
Did he say if they're gonna be called anything different, or is it just gonna be just trailers?
I think it's just gonna be trailers.
Okay.
I don't know. I saw someone be like,
I
I saw someone
kind
had,
of like the world premiere branding.
but like, all right, I saw this tweet. So like, do you really want a world premiere for season 8 of Fortnite? Like that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, like yeah, sure, it's a world premiere, but
But see, my
is it worth that?
maybe yeah, well yeah, in that case, definitely, definitely not. But I thought from my understanding, or I guess my maybe I'm not remembering it correctly, but I thought world premieres were something that was brand new, never been shown off before, never been announced, or whatever. And then they would also do other trailers too, like here's season whatever, or was everything a world premiere?
Well, I think it eventually kind of changed to everything being a world premiere.
Okay,
Like even if it's a known quantity of like the game is already known, like oh this trailer world premiere or world premiere gameplay, like that kind of stuff. Like
yeah,
it kind of gets lost. It's super nebulous. So I mean,
okay.
I don't think you need
No, no,
that
you don't.
language anymore. You could just say, "Hey, here's the trailer for Avatar. Here's the launch trailer for Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora," like that kind of stuff, rather than here's the world premiere launch trailer.
But then also it's like how does he transition into the next trailer? Does he say what it's gonna be, or does he just say and roll the next trailer or something? Because I kind of like
Oh yeah,
that
that's what he
mystery,
said.
like
And
you
here's
don't know
another world
exactly what it's gonna
premiere.
be, like you gotta guess, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and here's another trailer.
Yeah, see, does that have the same vibe?
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be great either way.
Do you think? Do you think he's kind of like trying to temper expectations a little bit by getting rid of the branding? Like, do you think this is indicative of any material that we're gonna see or lack thereof at the
I
Game
don't
Awards?
know. I mean, that's obviously like a big part of it, like the speculation. But I don't know. I don't feel he's ever came out and said. prior Game Awards that you should temper expectations, right? It's always been this is the big show, this is it. Like with some of those other shows, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we should maybe cool out on what we should expect, like the Summer Game Awards and stuff, or the Summer Games Fest. Like it's like, maybe don't expect too much. I don't know. I still feel like it's going to be. I think they're probably just retiring that branding. I think we'll still get some pretty, hopefully get some pretty big hitters.
Hmm.
Just cool it on the live service stuff. Like let's just chill.
Yeah, we don't need another Heroes of blah, Heroes of this, 4-player live service co-op game. Like enough,
Yeah,
enough of it. Like we've seen it at every Jeff Keighley show over the past 3 years.
yeah. And they either haven't came out yet or they've came out and shut down within within a year because they're just.
6
I mean,
months.
nobody wants this garbage, man.
Yeah.
Like it's. I mean, I hate to say garbage, but I mean, we've got this solidified live. We got Apex, we got Fortnite, we've got um like PUBG. We've Halo. I think Halo's kind of back up there now. We've got these live service games that all have battle passes. Destiny, Destiny
Mhm.
2. It's hard to jump into that field and get any sort of player base. I mean, look at I think we talked about it last week or the week before, but I mean, PlayStation had what 12 live service games that they were working on, and I think they've cut them back to like maybe 6 because as these games kind of come and go, these games take a couple of years to work on. So by the time it's done, it's like okay, maybe this genre of live service game is dead now, and
Mhm.
it's like got to refocus. But
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like with live service games, like you're competing for people's time.
yeah,
Like you can release a single player game and you can sell it to somebody and it doesn't matter whether they play it or not, you know. If they don't, they don't, but they already spent the money on it. With the live service game, especially the free to play ones, like if someone tries a game for 10 minutes and hates it, that's just someone that's not going to play your game and that
yeah,
affects you financially. Like I feel like there's more risk in a free to play live service game than there is with a single player $60 10-hour game. Like I don't know, man. I feel like the especially like the cooperative live service games, like those have gone. They
yeah.
came and went. And honestly, they didn't even come
No,
that hard.
no,
Could have said that better.
hardly coming hard. No, but yeah,
But they,
you're
they,
yeah,
they
you're
weren't
right.
even
I
that
mean,
huge. Like I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely room for this stuff, but I feel like the market has just been so oversaturated with all this stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
when Foam Stars comes out, I mean, how long is that going to be
I thought that was
live
already
for?
out.
Is it
Is
already
that,
out?
is that not out? See, there's the problem.
I,
We don't know.
I didn't think it was out yet, but I mean,
Maybe that was just a beta.
I think we were. I don't know if we were. I don't know if we were joking about it, but I definitely heard people joke about it on Twitter. It's like you could watch these trailers from like the game, like the Summer Games Fest and stuff, or like the PlayStation State of Play. Like you can watch these live action trailers, and you're like, okay, that's gonna be dead like in a year when it comes out. It just is, and it's not because the game's
Yeah.
necessarily bad. It's just I barely feel like I have time to do anything, let alone get in some gaming. And when I am, like, I want to play something that's either a single player. This is just me, single player, or maybe an occasional multiplayer game. Like I don't touch Call of Duty anymore because that's just not my cup of tea. Like Halo's
Mhm.
really it, and I may jump into Fortnite in the new season just to check it out. But I mean, other than that, like I don't know, just the thought of downloading another game and another, it's got another battle pass, and you got to spend $10 more or $20 more, whatever
Yeah.
the case is. It's like I don't know,
It's
it's too much.
yeah. It's a lot. It's fatigue. I mean, it's yeah, live service fatigue. At least Sony is catching it early. Like at least kind of they're kind of late to the game, but also at least adjusting the amount
Yeah.
of live service games they have, which is good. It
Yeah.
sounds like they're pivoting away from that pursuit. So, what were we talking about?
We were just talking about how we don't want to see live service games at the Game Awards.
Well, okay. What do you want to see?
Well, I mean, did we talk about it now, or do we want to wait until next week for predictions?
Yeah, maybe we can. I mean, what do you want to do? We can wait. We can wait.
I mean,
There's no news this week. We might as well talk about it.
yeah. I mean, it's all right. So the big three: PlayStation. Do you think we see anything from them at all? Anything for first party?
First party, no. I think if anything, we'd see like Stellar Blade or
Yeah.
Rise of the Ronin.
Okay.
But I mean, we don't see anything Insomniac.
No.
I don't think
Wolverine's
we
not gonna
see-
be there.
Well, yeah,
There's no way.
Wolverine, no shot.
Do you think? Well, I think The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be part of the announcement, but do you think we
Yeah.
get like a factions update or something from, or do you
No.
think no?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think PlayStation shows up in any big way at all. Which they normally don't. I mean, they really aren't usually there.
Not really. Like they haven't really announced anything big. Like if anything, it's Xbox is kind of like their kind of show
Yeah.
to take if they decide to. Because I
Yeah.
mean, they have a lot of games that can be shown off. Like
Yeah, I
Like
mean
Wild
they do have a lot of stuff coming out next, or allegedly coming out next year.
slated,
We'll
slated
see.
for next year.
I mean, I would love to see another trailer for. I mean, I don't necessarily need another trailer for Hellblade, but I would love to see another one.
I would actually like a gameplay trailer for Hellblade.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, gameplay.
I've had enough of the cinematic ones. Like I get it. I get what they're going for. I played the
looks
first
beautiful.
one. I understand it. It looks amazing. I want to see some gameplay. I mean, same for Fable. Same for Avowed.
Yeah. Oh,
I
we've
guess it's
seen
solid
some
gameplay for Avowed.
gameplay for Avowed a little bit.
Yeah, but I'd like to see more.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I want to see what Fable looks like gameplay wise, because
Mhm.
yeah, that
Do you-
looks.
Do you
The
think that one's
trailers look
coming
cool.
next year? Or is that more of a 2025
I
or
don't know, man.
6 game?
Either it comes out next year and Xbox just has the biggest year ever in history of Xbox. I mean, with Avowed, Hellblade potentially, Halo continuing to get updated. But what was that one?
Clockwork.
Clockwork, yeah, that one. I think that one might be 2025, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
then
that.
what
Yeah.
what
that
was
probably
like the
2025.
the Bayou game? What was that one?
Oh. I think it was Compulsion Games
Compulsion, yeah.
that made it.
Compulsion, but yeah, that one looks, that art style looks really cool. Like,
Mhm.
what about what's that zombie game they have? State of the Dead? State of Decay. Like that got announced back in 2020, and we haven't heard anything for that. Granted, I think that was just a concept at the time. They just needed something like in their showcase. But yeah, we're State of Decay 3. Yeah, I mean Xbox is, I mean, like they're kind of like just have so
South
much
of
potential.
Midnight.
South of Midnight, okay. Like they have so much stuff that they could show off if they wanted to. So I expect to see maybe a couple of things from Xbox. Maybe we get, maybe we get like the revision for the Xbox Series X there. I mean that could be something that could be showed off.
Gears of War 6
Oof.
or Gears of War Collection.
See, I would actually love like a Gears of War, like the Master Chief Collection style with Gears.
Yeah, I feel like that's longer overdue.
Yeah, I mean we got the Gears of War 1 remake or remaster. Like where's 2, 3? Like throw in Judgment there. Like I don't know if every single game needs to have its own multiplayer like the Master Chief Collection had, but like I don't know. Or like maybe like a Halo 3 remaster to update Halo, like the Master Chief, like that could be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Get all the Bungie ones out of the way.
Sweet.
Yeah, that could be cool. What about Nintendo? You think we see anything from them?
No, unless there's that like Zelda announcement.
That's
It's
Where did
maybe
this
gonna
even
happen
come
this
from?
year.
Like, I've seen so
I
many
don't
YouTube
know. I
videos
don't
now,
know.
like, it's ridiculous.
I don't know if it's legitimate at all. Probably not. We probably won't get anything. We probably won't get anything Nintendo related.
I mean, I know I mean, I know Ocarina of Time just had the 25th anniversary, so it's like, why wouldn't they have announced something then? But Nintendo's always kind of weird with Zelda's anniversary. So maybe they
Yeah.
announce something like an Ocarina of Time remake, and then that's part of the 20th anniversary celebration. Whatever it's coming out. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think we see anything Zelda.
Do you think we see like any remakes or shadow drops or anything like that? Any Hollow Knight? I mean, that's not Nintendo, but
Man, I don't know. I don't think Hollow Knight's a show ender, but I feel like it could be towards the very end, like one of the
yeah.
last few announcements. Like that could be pretty huge.
If there's like a
Yeah,
if there's a release date.
I don't think it'll be Shadow Drop. That would be nuts.
Yeah.
But I think if it's shown off, it's got to have a solid release date.
Mhm.
Going back to Nintendo, I think if we see anything Zelda, we get the announcement of like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I think that's the only thing that has like a remote shot of being Zelda related.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe like Metroid Prime 4 maybe might be shown off with like a here's
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 2, like 2 and 3 Shadow Drop on the eShop or whatever, as like a hold me
This
over.
yeah.
I don't think they
This
gave
could
us a
be
release date, but
a cool place to show off Prime 4.
I mean the world's biggest gaming stage.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the place to do it. I mean that could honestly be a show ender. Like I think it could be that big.
And I feel like they'd hit a certain like target audience with the Game Awards versus what they would do in a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a first person shooter, so you get like
Mhm. Get that crowd.
you get that crowd that's watching for, I mean, you got every type of gamer in the world watching the Game Awards.
Mhm.
Where Nintendo, you may not have everybody, so
Yeah.
it could be something that's like, oh, maybe I need to pick up a Switch because that looks really good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't expect to see much. I mean, we did get like what Bayonetta announced last year, the Origins. Like I think that was
Oh,
the only.
was that announced at
Yeah,
that was announced at Game
yep,
Awards. Okay.
that was announced there and then came out in like March, I think. So they were there. I mean, we could get something Nintendo.
Yeah. Aside from Zelda or Metroid,
I don't want anything Mario.
I'm done
I'm
with
all right
Mario.
with Mario. Not that I hate Mario, but I just and it's been a year of Mario.
It has. It's been a full ass year of Mario.
I'm
I
still
feel
working
like.
on Mario. And then we got Luigi's Mansion, Peach, and Thousand Year Door coming next year too. So there's a lot of Mario on the horizon still. So
I would love to see more of the Peach game. They probably wouldn't show it there,
yeah,
but
I don't think the Game Awards is the place for that.
mm,
Um, I mean, it could be
that'll be in
there, but I
their
doubt it.
February Direct.
Yeah. Um,
Anything anything from like Capcom?
I don't know. There's like a rumor. Well, there's that big third part or the big unannounced Capcom game.
Mhm.
Um, that's rumored, I guess. So I mean, like big AAA game. So I mean, that could be Monster Hunter, Resident Evil.
Yeah, I think it's more likely to be Monster Hunter than Resident Evil
The
at this
next Monster
point.
Hunter iteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Resident Evil 5.
They wouldn't announce it that. I think they would do.
They won't. They did Resident Evil 3 at the Game Awards, didn't they? And it came out like, or maybe it was before that, but it was something like it came out.
Maybe.
It was announced the same year that 2 came out, and then came out like that January or something of the following year. Like they were like 10 months apart, 10 or
Oh
11 months
wow.
apart.
Yeah, you're right. Because 2 was 2019,
Yeah,
right? And then 3
and
was
3 was
yeah
2020.
2020.
Yep.
Maybe. I mean, you never know.
I mean,
But
maybe.
they just finished DLC for 4.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think Resident Evil 9 is going to get announced. I don't think that's coming out until 2025.
So you think they want something to fill the gap?
I think there'll be something
Well,
Resident Evil next
what
year.
what about Code Veronica? Since that one is like allegedly a shorter game. I've never played it, but
I haven't either. I mean, I would love to see it.
mhm.
I mean, I could see. I mean, I could see it. Or like Revelations 3. Like I would. Where's that game
Yeah.
at? Like, come on.
Honestly, that one, if it's real, it was probably worked on in tandem with 4. I mean, it's on a
I mean, 'cause that one's Switch exclusive, right?
as
Who
far
knows
as
if
we know.
that's still the same anymore
Yeah.
with how well Resident Evil's been doing.
I think the consensus was that it was exclusive
Yeah.
to the Switch. But
Yeah. I mean, obviously we love Resident Evil around here, so anything Resident Evil, I'm down for. Would like a new. I'm pushing more towards Revelations 3 because that would be a new experience, but like a brand new experience. Obviously, Code Veronica we haven't played, so that would be a new experience for us. But yeah, I mean, 5 could be a. I mean, I'm good with 5 announcement. I mean, could
all
be
they
fun.
need to do is change the saturation
Yeah, it's
of the
very like
game.
green saturated.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Swap the color palette. Make it, I don't know, like 3 and 4 remake,
yeah,
and
I'd be excited.
call it a day.
Yeah, like the AI a little bit better.
Yeah.
The game was fun though. Like that game was
It
awesome
was
in
a fun
co-op.
game. Co-op, yeah, co-op was a kind of an unbeatable experience.
Yeah, I mean that was the way to go. I mean, I did
Mhm.
play that game in single player, and yeah, it just was not quite
Just
the
didn't hit.
same. But
Yeah.
it was definitely a cool game. Yeah, none of that. I mean, like maybe Elden Ring, like DLC, right? The Shadow of the Erd Tree. Maybe we'll see that pop up. You still think it's gonna be the show ender, right? Are you are
I
you
do.
are you
I
pretty
think it's
confident
gonna
about
be the
that?
show ender. Yeah.
Okay.
It's either
What if they
that or
start off with Shadow of the Erd Tree?
that'd be sick.
And
But
then
then
and then
what
so
do they
they
end
they
with?
start off with Shadow of the Erd Tree. We get super hyped because we're like, this is gonna be the best show ever. And then it's like 20 trailers of live service games. That's my Game Awards experience.
The experience is you get really hyped in the first hour, and then you're like, "Wow, this is kind of long." And where are all of the awards? Are they happening during the commercials that we're not seeing? And then the next 2 hours are disappointment, and then the last 15 minutes is just you wanting stuff to happen and being let down because your game's not there.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's fun because we're drinking and we're having a good
exactly.
time.
And then you get like a rant with was it Yosef Fares.
Yeah,
Like
he gets better every year.
yeah, he was pretty tame last year. Well, last year,
No, he's been tame ever since the first one.
yeah, this is true. When was it takes two was 2022 or no 2021?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
21.
has he announced his next game yet?
I thought he did.
I thought he did too.
What's Hazelight?
Hazelight. Has Jeff? Did we know how long the show's going to be?
I think it's normally around 3 hours, but I don't think he's said how long it's going to be.
The Game Awards airs live on Thursday, December 7th at 7:30 Eastern Time. The show airs across all major digital around the world. Okay, so it doesn't have a time frame. But yeah, I think it's usually about 3 hours, which is fine.
Hmm. Okay, they have not announced their next game yet. Hmm. Man, this game sold 10 million copies. It's kind of wild.
What sold 10 million?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two. Okay.
It's pretty damn good for a game that can be purchased by one person but played by someone else.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think they've always done that, right? Like like with A Way Out was the same way.
Hmm.
So they've been
Yeah.
they've been really supportive of that kind of stuff, which is really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see a time frame on here, but I'm also trying to look. Do we know about trying to see if they have all the partners listed like they did last year, the Game Awards
Oh.
partners. This is distribution partners, YouTube, Twitch. No, I don't think they have. It did like they did last year of
Hmm.
who was going to be here.
Keeping
Oh,
it
let me
keeping it tight.
select your country. Oh, okay. Yeah, keeping it tight. That's cool. I mean, I'm all for some
Yeah.
good surprises. Yeah, I mean, Game Awards, man. I'm pretty hyped. Like it's a good. It's always a fun experience. It's always a good time, even when it's not super great. There's always some funny moments. Going back to the news, Jeff did also said that they're ramping up on security as well because yeah, if someone gets on stage again for the third time in a row, like that's just unacceptable.
Yeah. We're gonna see the wrath of Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, he might throw some hands, throw his
Yeah.
microphone, pop somebody on the head with it. Um, and then the Day of the Diver thing, Nick. What exactly happened with that? What's the controversy with that?
It's not actually indie. It's it's a team from like a very large development studio. So
Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
not it's not technically an indie game, but it has that indie aesthetic.
Yeah.
So people are saying it shouldn't be in the indie category, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, like even if it's a
Yeah.
smaller team, I guess if you're owned by a larger
Like a large
corporation and you have the
corporation.
funding of a larger corporation, technically you're not indie. It would be like if it would be like if an offshoot of Xbox went off and created something. It's like Halo Spartan Assault. Remember that game for the
Yeah. So you've got Cocoon, Day of the Diver, Dredge, She of Stars, and then Viewfinder.
Mhm.
So all pretty okay. And then what was the other category? Best debut indie, which is probably all the same. Pizza Tower. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I get where people are coming from, but I don't know. I feel like these categories need to be revamped a little bit as
Mhm.
well. Like next year, maybe like I don't know, bet can we get like a best DLC or best expansion? Like why isn't that not a category? And I feel like
Yeah.
that's where Cyberpunk can go into, and then Xenoblade Chronicles can at least get a little bit of love. You know,
Yeah, and
versus
that
some
way they don't
separate
have to be in like
ways, some other stuff.
yeah, there's no controversy in best ongoing game. Cuz like why is Cyberpunk there? That doesn't make any sense. It's not really an ongoing game. It's just a game that had more content. But I digress. I don't know.
Yeah, some of the stuff is kind of funny. I don't know,
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like
but
it's
I
really
mean,
just one show's awards.
yeah, because like they have Jeff has got the best independent game defined as for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So who?
See, and that
So Team 17 published it, or no, not Team 17. Mint Rocket. So it's like, I don't know. Do they publish other games as well? Not Mint. Mint Rocket's the creator, but the parent company. Do they publish other games, or do they just happen to own this development studio?
I think they own that studio.
I don't know. It's kind of. It looks like an indie game to me, but also like I get where people are also coming from, as well.
Yeah.
But like you said, if Xbox was to make something similar to that in that art style, like it's not an independent game.
It's not indie.
Yeah, like what was that game last year made by Obsidian? The
Oh,
you know what I'm
shoot,
talking
what
about?
is? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what that game's called. Pentiment.
Pentiment, yeah, like that could be considered. It looks like an indie game, but obviously not. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But I've got some slight issues with the other categories too. So yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Game Awards. I think it's gonna be a good time. Hopefully, we get some nice surprises and maybe some updates on some stuff we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's always fun, regardless.
And that was it for news. There may have been some other minor stuff that we just missed or whatever, but that was pretty much it. We are going to talk about, Nick. Have you did you pick any? I know we talked about some of the games last week. You already picked up. Did you get anything for Black Friday? Any pickups or anything like that?
I bought some stuff for Alicia for
Okay.
Christmas, but otherwise, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I felt like the deals were kind of weak this year, and I've also seen like a lot
Like
of
fake
videos
deals.
of
Yeah.
like Walmart and Amazon and other companies that their deals were like a couple weeks ago, and then they inflated the prices to then cut them back so it looks like they're on sale.
I know. I mean, they do that every year.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a kind of like super egregious this year. Now, obviously, like tech and stuff like that. We you know what the price is. Like if the PS5 is $500 and it was on sale for 400, like that's a deal. But there's a lot of like stuff that you just like Amazon basic stuff, like you don't actually know the price of because you don't pay attention to that stuff, and you see the lightning deal and you're like, oh, that's a deal. It's like, no, it's always that price.
Yeah. And then these like sketchy brand TVs come out of nowhere and they're like 90% off. It's like, oh, it's $200 for this 65-inch TV, but it's,
It's like, why
poopy
does it
quality.
just I turn it on, it just has the McDonald's menu on it? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, what is that? It's so strange.
But yeah, I've seen just like plenty of videos of people going Black Friday shopping and like just nobody's there. Like it's not
It doesn't hit the same
it
anymore.
doesn't hit the same anymore. And I know we talked about it when we were on Thanksgiving break, and it's like I get it. Like I don't want people to work on Thanksgiving. Like that's terrible, and I'm glad Walmart and stuff shuts down. But also, it's like you kind of miss that rush, like that rush of just being there in the hellstorm of things. But
It'll never be like that again.
no, it won't. It won't. That's okay. It was kind of like the first year where it didn't feel that way.
I saw this TikTok and I was like, man, like not only did it hit different being in person during Black Friday, but like the deals were so good that it kind of did make you want to beat up somebody to get this deal.
I want to punch some 85-year-old lady in the face so I can get this 25-inch Toshiba TV
Like
10 years
the
ago
deal is so good that I could commit a felony, go to jail, pay my own bail, and still
and still have
come out ahead.
still come out ahead on the deal. I mean, I remember seeing people like rip the plastics off of like the aisle stuff where they've got them before it's like technically 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving or whatever, and people were ripping the plastic on the like trying to get into stuff like the good old days, man.
People were crazy.
People love them deals.
Can't beat a deal.
No, I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to wrap up the show. Appreciate everyone listening, watching, and all that good stuff. If you could review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, that would be
Oh yeah.
incredible. We'll read off the good and the bad. So if you think we're horrible, let us know, and maybe let us know how we can get better. That would be awesome. If you're gonna critique us, at least give us some. Well, I guess that's what critique means. If you're gonna be mean, at least critique us and give us pointers on how to get better.
Yeah.
Um,
Personal growth.
yeah, personal growth is good. I mean, we're coming in 2024. I mean, get your New Year's resolutions and all that stuff.
Yeah, get those New Year's resolutions locked in now.
Get them
because
locked in.
get them locked in because once that clock strikes midnight, it's time to get grinding, people.
Get grinding.
Get grinding.
Yeah.
Stay hustling. Stay humble. Stay grinding.
There's sometimes where I'll go on TikTok and there's people live like they're like, I worked for 2 hours a day and I made $700,000 and this is how you can make all this money. And I'm like, I just always go to the comments and I'm like, sell me that course. What's that course? Because people, that's always, they're like, just sell some bullshit course online of how to make money. And it's not actually, I mean, it probably works for like the 1%, but 99% of people, it's just not going to work. Like,
But it's ironic because that's how they're making their money, is a course on how to make money. So
yeah, it's like, yeah, you just got to hustle and grind and you got to do this. And it's like, but you're not really doing anything. You're just selling a course. Oh, you got to hustle.
And that's how the cycle began. And then they inspire the next person to
it's like
to write a
it's
book.
Like a pyramid scheme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. But guys, we'll see you next week. We'll probably talk some more, maybe some more predictions for the Game Awards if we can come up for anything. Anything else. I feel like we've probably nailed just about everything we can personally want. That's realistic. But we'll probably talk about some more stuff. Talk some more Jedi, talk some more Mario. I'll probably talk some more Mario RPG. And then whatever else we get into. I mean, still lots of games to play.
Still need to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Oh yeah, I forgot you picked that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that out. So
give it a shot.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
Bye bye.